My name is Father John Shetta, and I serve as the vocation director for the Archdiocese of Dubuque. And so if you see in parishes that poster with our pictures of our 24 seminarians on it, I'm the good-looking one at the bottom of the poster. I'm right next to Archbishop Jacobs, who's also sort of handsome as well. I also serve as the director of St. Stephen the Witness Catholic Student Center, which serves students at the University of Northern Iowa, Hawkeye College, and Allen Medical College. And it's in that role that I'm happy to be with you at St. Mark's this morning. Many years ago, when I was in seminary at St. John's University in Collegeville, Minnesota, my time in seminary kind of had its ups and downs. And I think I made the right decision because 31 years later, I absolutely love being a priest. But it wasn't always clear to me when I was in seminary, and so there was times when I was just not sure, well, Lord, what should I do? What are you asking of me, Lord? And what I would do is I would walk through the monastic cemetery, which is right next to the seminary. And they sound alike, and there's some other similarities between the two as well. But at nights, I would often just simply walk through the cemetery over these graves of these monks. And I'd say, pray, Lord, what do you want me to do? And it helped me in my discernment to realize how short life is and how long eternity is. And so I even suggest that to some people today. When they're having a hard time making a decision, walk through a cemetery. I know it sounds weird, but it works. It clarifies things for us. And for me, some of my best decisions were made in a cemetery. The readings for Mass today give us some of that same sense of stepping back and looking at our lives from the point of view of eternity. The first reading from Ecclesiastes, we hear, all things are vanity. The word vanity there in Hebrew, what that word really means is breath, or it's vapor, meaning it's here quickly and gone quickly. So Ecclesiastes says, life is short. The second reading from Colossians says, think of that which is above rather than that which is of earth. Think of that which is eternal rather than that which is passing away. And then the gospel talks about a man with piled up wealth who forgot about being rich in what matters to God. The moral issue here is greed. Greed is the sin that is often committed and rarely confessed. Now notice in the gospel, Jesus does not focus on what greed does to other people, as significant as that is. His focus is on what greed does to us. Our possessions possess us, and we forget about what life's all about, and we miss out on the most beautiful parts of life. You know, the popular author Matthew Kelly says in one of his books, The 7 Levels of Intimacy, this really interesting sentence: the most important areas of our life are the least urgent. And I think, wow, isn't that true? The most important areas of life are the least urgent. You know, if you're like me, my days are sometimes consumed by getting things done, from running from one thing to the other. And so often, we never get around to the things that really matter, which are relationships. You know, intimacy with those that we love, prayer with the Lord, enjoying the simple things of life. Walking through a cemetery gives us a better perspective that in the end, all that we really have is that which we give away. Our time, our love, and yes, even our money. In the gospel, Jesus tells us that how we spend our money reveals what's in our hearts. And even so, more so, how we spend our money determines if our hearts close in on themselves and we become kind of selfish and shallow people, or the other option is that our hearts expand in a generous and joyful way. The happiest people that I know are the people who have found a way to give their life away. They are people who know that all that they are and all that they have is a gift. It's not theirs. It's not their possession. It's a gift from God. And each day they wake up in the morning looking for another opportunity, a new opportunity. How can I give this gift away? They are rich in what matters to God. In many ways, that summarizes our mission at St. Stephen the Witness. Young people come to us from all over, and we hope to form them in being rich in what matters to God. For our young people who go to college, it is important that the church be present to them at a really critical time in their life. Because it is not easy to be a Catholic at a state university today. A lot of our students feel like they're swimming upstream against a lot of values they encounter on campus. For 18 years, I have served in campus ministry, 17 of those at Iowa State University in Ames, until a year ago when I got promoted to the University of Northern Iowa. People in Ames like it when I say that. I got promoted to UNI. But I know how important this time of life is. It's when our young people that kind of walk away from the faith they received in their families and in parishes like this. Or you would be amazed. You'd be amazed at how often this is the time in life when they take their faith to the next level. What we do at the Catholic Student Center impacts the larger church to a great degree. In fact, 3 of the 5 newly ordained priests for service in our archdiocese, 3 of the 5 are UNI graduates. And they heard their call to the priesthood at St. Stephen the Witness. 93% of our students come from Iowa, and the majority of them return to our communities and to our parishes. And so we do need the strong presence of the Catholic Church on campus to reach out to these young people when they're making important decisions that shape the rest of their lives. And so I'm here this morning not only to give Father John a well-deserved weekend off, but to also ask for your help to serve our over 2,000 students on campus. Unlike the Student Center at Iowa State, St. Stephen the Witness is not a parish. We're mostly just college students. And we do not receive any ongoing support from the Archdiocese. If you're guessing that the college students don't put enough money in the collection on Sunday to keep the lights on, that would actually be a good guess. That's actually true. And so in the summers, I go out and ask the support of the larger church, so we're able to make budget. This past year was my first year at UNI. I really like it there, but it was in many ways a difficult year for us. You may know that 2 of our very active student leaders were killed in a car accident in February, coming back from a Knights of Columbus College Council meeting. That was a really difficult experience for our students, actually for all of us. But it just reinforced my belief of how important it was that St. Stephen the Witness was there for those students in those really dark days and weeks and months. This past year, we also had to make the difficult decision to reduce our staff. But the exciting news is that with the savings made from that decision, we were able to invite the Fellowship of Catholic University Students to join us this fall. You may have heard of them. They're often referred to simply as Focus. And what Focus does is that they form and send recent college graduates to serve as Catholic missionaries on the campus. They don't even have an office at St. Stephen's. And so we are thrilled that next week we welcome 4 Focus missionaries who will join us at UNI to help us improve our outreach to the students on campus. This is a more effective way of reaching more students and a more efficient use of our limited resources. So our students are really pumped about this new initiative, and so am I. I see a lot of good days ahead. But to do all of this, I do need your help. At the end of the pews are envelopes, which at the end of the homily, I ask you to pass those down, and for each household to please take one. If you're moved to give, help us out. You can put something in today's collection. I'm sure Father John will figure out a way to get it to us. Or what most people do is take it home and maybe send some to us in Cedar Falls during the week. Or if you're younger than me and you don't know how to write a check, the envelope also indicates how to give online as well. So, please join us at St. Stephen the Witness in being a witness to Jesus Christ on campus. For any help that you can offer, I give you many, many thanks.